Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stasia, and this is Steve.
I'm Steve. I like long walks on the beach and short walks on the streets, and I'm here looking for love.
Okay, he's not looking for love because he is already in love with me, but today I invited him onto the channel so we can share our favorite couples pastime with you, which is reading really bad Reddit stories and judging people.
The judgment is really the important part.
Yes.
Non-judgmental judgment.
We don't really judge. Anyways, today's episode is going to be all about really bad friends. So we're going to read a couple of stories on Reddit about really bad friends and see what we think about it. All right. This one was posted on Am I the Asshole?
Can we say We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post, guys.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my friend who showed me around LA to a mansion party I got invited to because I didn't think she would fit the look?
I just knee-jerk reaction. Probably. That sounds like you're a bad friend.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to read more, but we will. Bit of context here. My older sister is best friends with this girl. Call her Katie. Katie lives in LA. Before this trip, I never hung out with her before, one-on-one. It was my first time going to LA without my family, and I had a work trip there, but I extended it so I could spend the weekend. I asked Katie for recommendations, and she is like, "Oh, let me show you around." How nice.
Katie seems like,
good.
Solid.
Katie is a good friend so far.
Katie's solid.
So the first couple of days, me and Katie have a great time. We go do a lot of the sightseeing and take fun pictures. On IG, I got messaged by a friend, and he tells me that if I'm in LA, I should go to this guy's party. I didn't know the guy, but it's a big mansion party, and to dress nice and to invite my hot friends.
Okay.
First of all, that doesn't sound safe.
And, like...
That sounds like
bring your hot friends doesn't sound like someone you want to hang out with. Bring your friends.
Right.
Bring your friends. If you're having a party, tell people to bring their friends. If you add a modifier there, other than like, bring your chill friends that like to have a good time, or you know.
They want hot people at the party. I do think it's a red flag.
Just seems kind of creepy.
So she goes on to say, I want to invite Katie, but I don't think she would fit the bill. She's 29 and she's not in the best shape. Like, she's not fat, and honestly, it's just that she dresses up too much like a millennial.
What is that?
She's 29. She is a millennial.
But what does that mean?
I don't know. Probably like chuggy.
Describe the aesthetic to me. Okay. Someone says to you, my friend Katie dresses too much like a millennial.
I'm picturing...
What are you picturing?
Like those bloggers in 2012, like the hat, you know, and like this long like tunic over leggings and like really short ankle booties maybe.
You don't own any of those clothes.
Listen, I am a millennial.
None of that in your wardrobe.
I'm allowed to do this as a millennial, and so is Katie.
I mean, where would you want to wear it?
And this girl thinks it's terrible to look like a millennial, I guess. So she goes, I end up inviting a girl that I'm not so good friends with, and she picks me up from my hotel, and we go together. I bet that girl was hot.
Well, clearly, that was the one instruction
friend,
she was given, was bring your hot friends.
The party was really cool. The place was huge. I didn't post anything but a selfie with some of the people I met there because I didn't want to look like I was out of place, that I never do stuff like that. What ends up happening is that my sister calls and I tell her about the party. I completely forgot that she might tell my sister. I think she meant to say that she might tell Katie.
Is Katie her sister?
Katie.
We just blew this whole thing wide open. Katie's her sister, who she resents for being a millennial with fashion sense.
And being out of shape. Then the next day I end up getting called by Katie and she is livid. I doubt it. She accuses me of using her to see LA. She then says that she has lived here for 6 years and never been to a mansion party, that she would have loved to have gone. that I'm gatekeeping this stuff, that she showed me everything, and that I took a random girl there instead of her, that she has always been a big sister to me.
Didn't she say they never met before?
They never hung out one-on-one, she said.
Okay.
But we don't know. Maybe they hung out like a million times.
Maybe this is
with
all
her sister.
Maybe this is all a fantasy.
I tell her that I don't think she would have been able to get in, that the guys that run the party are particular. Ugh. Yikes. She then accuses me of saying that she's ugly, and I'm like, it's not like that. I would have brought you, but it's not my event.
And I was told to only bring hot people.
Yeah, like if you would have brought her, you should have brought her.
You would have worn a wide brim hat, and it would have knocked everything over.
She doesn't care about it all, and then ends up unfollowing me on IG.
What?
How dare she? So the question is she the Steve?
I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of, we'll bleep it in post, that start with the weird guy that slid into her DMs and told her to bring all her hot friends.
Yeah, he's
then this woman who is saying, no, you can't come to this party because no uggos allowed.
Right. She was told to invite her hot friends, and she specifically didn't invite this girl.
And then if the reaction that she describes is actually how Katie reacted, that seems a bit overboard. You hung out for like 3 days. You went and saw touristy things. Would have been nice, but like...
Who knows, though? Maybe in those 3 days, they become like super tight, and Katie thinks, wow, I made a new friend.
They're besties now?
Yeah. And they're having like a great time.
I mean, I think the only person here that doesn't qualify as an asshole is the hot friend that she brought to the party. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's just hot.
Hey, it's a burden. It's hard being hot.
It is.
It's...
Some of the comments, the OP didn't provide any additional comments, so we don't really know.
OP's original poster, if this is your first time on the internet, and you...
Steve, you're a millennial. He sounds like a millennial.
I need a wide brim hat.
But some people commented that you are the asshole. No, she isn't owed an invite, but your reasoning is what made you the asshole.
That's fair.
I agree.
That's fair. I mean, you're not obligated to invite, because she was kind enough to take you out to, like, the La Brea Tar Pits. Ooh, look at the I know LA.
I don't know what that is.
It's a tourist
You didn't
thing.
show me that part of LA.
We were there for a day.
Yeah, he brought me to some weird comic book store.
We went to the Santa Monica Pier. We went to North Hollywood. We went to the Griffith Observatory. Sorry, the Tar Pits weren't at the top of my list. I didn't know you cared about dinosaurs. This is devolving quickly.
Okay. This is my favorite comment. Someone goes, I love the part about her dressing too millennial, when most Gen Z fashion is just 90s throwbacks anyways. You all are wearing what your parents did growing up and think you're on the cutting edge of fashion.
Wait, are people from the 90s the parents of people in Gen Z?
Yes.
No.
Well, like, people who were probably, like, teenagers in the 90s or young adults in the 90s are definitely parents now of Gen Z-aged kids, yeah. Sorry to break that to you.
I'm old.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I'm withering away.
All right, so the conclusion on that one is she's definitely a shallow.
Every day, closer to the grave.
Okay. Moving on, we are going to talk about another terrible friend and judge them for it. This one was also posted on Am I the Asshole? And the title is, Am I the Asshole for talking about my friend's wife's texting habits? Lucas, 27 male, and I, 27 male, have been best friends since elementary school. It's no joke to say that we're basically closer than brothers. They're besties. I know everything about him, and the same goes for him. We're part of a friend group that has known each other for years and years. Lucas has a wife, May, 28 female, who's fine, but she's... she's fine. Maybe he meant like she's fine.
No, you know he didn't. You know it was she's fine.
he doesn't like May.
Which is, like, that's the worst descriptor you can give
She's fine.
of someone's significant other. Just like, oh yeah.
She's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine. She's fine, but she's fine.
So he has a wife who's fine, but she's very serious and can be a bit overbearingly clingy and boring. Yeah, he definitely doesn't like her.
Yeah, and he's a little bit jealous.
Probably. He's in love with Lucas.
He got some jelly beans coming out.
She doesn't really fit with our friend group. It just develops into awkward silence and her trying to monopolize Lucas all the time and be really prying. Even Lucas gets tired of her. Plus, she texts him literally all the time and he usually has to mute notifications from her. So Lucas sounds like an ass.
Lucas sounds like he's a bad husband.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What if I muted notifications from you and just ignored you for a night?
Okay, wait. It gets a lot worse.
Okay, but wait, hang on. Let's say I go out with my friends.
Yeah.
Let's say I have friends. And you're texting me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just mute you, ignore you all night.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
When I come home, what do I have to expect? What can Lucas expect? Coming home to a wife who you've ignored all day.
I mean...
Muted notifications, just pretended she doesn't exist.
Your bags would be packed. No, I'm just kidding.
Drastic.
But I would definitely, like, be pissed and probably start an argument and tell you, who the f*** do you think you are?
We'll bleep that in post.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to keep saying that. It gets worse. Okay. We've been planning a group trip to hit up Southeast Asia for a while now, and we finally got to go. We were worried that May would want to come along.
What a monster. She wants to spend time with her husband.
She wants to go on a trip to a different country with her husband.
Week?
What a...
How overbearing.
So we were worried that she would want to come, so we made it clear that it was just the friend group. I wonder if there's like other women and significant others in that friend group.
And how fun it must be for her to hear that she's not part of her husband's group of friends.
No, they haven't accepted you.
And you're not one of his friends.
Oh my god. We also had a policy, because friends have policies, where we would try to be as low contact as possible. May agreed to not text or call Lucas at all during our trip. Girl.
Stand up for yourself, May.
And me and Lucas even switched phones so he wouldn't pick up, which May knew about. This is giving me... This is giving me...
There are a couple things that...
Gay vibes. I'm sorry.
Not that there's anything wrong
There's nothing wrong with that, but like, that's not normal.
We'll fix that in post.
It's not normal for a husband and wife to be like, we're not going to have any contact. My friend is going to make sure you can't contact me while I'm on this trip with him to Southeast Asia.
Yeah, if your mother dies, I don't want to hear about it.
If you're in a car accident, I don't want to know.
You need to go through Lucas first.
And Lucas is not going to pick up. No, Lucas is the
care.
husband.
Oh.
Lucas, you're going to have to go through Jimmy.
Did we decide his name is Jimmy?
Yeah. The trip was a blast at first, but Lucas started getting weird. He kept asking me if May had contacted him yet, and to my surprise, she hasn't at all. He didn't believe me and snatched the phone from my hand to check. A couple nights he even rummaged through my backpack to check his phone.
It sounds like this was less his idea.
Yeah, it sounds like you were keeping Lucas
and more
as a hostage.
Our friend Jimmy is...
taking our phones away so we can't talk to our wives.
Right, it doesn't sound like this was a group policy. This was more like, you don't get to talk to May.
You don't get to talk to your wife.
Yeah, so he was rummaging through my backpack to check his phone. I shut it down. He got more pissy every day, I think because he realized that May was totally capable of not spamming him with messages all this time and just now finally did it. I don't think that's why he was getting pissy, bro.
Yeah, and
this is weird.
Like, oh no, he wants to talk to his wife? Oh no, like...
Yeah, super weird. When our trip was over, our flight arrived early, but May picked us up from the airport when she said she would arrive instead of coming earlier? Okay, I think what he means to say is May picked them up when the flight was supposed to arrive instead of coming earlier because they landed earlier. Lucas asked her if she missed him, and May said, "Of course I did. Apparently all she did was read books and lounge around the house."
What a mom. What,
Lucas was understandably annoyed, and she realized and asked him what was wrong. So
Time
I thought...
out? Understandably?
Yeah, I'm not understanding this.
You read books? I told you you're not allowed to read, May.
Yeah.
You aren't allowed to read.
I think Jimmy is misreading everything, though. This is from Jimmy's perspective, so that's why none of it's making any
Jimmy
sense.
can't read, so why should she be able to?
He's annoyed.
If I'm illiterate, you should be too.
So Lucas was annoyed, and she realized and asked him what was wrong, so I thought I would say something and make my buddy feel better. I said, Lucas had an awesome time in Southeast Asia. He was just annoyed to be back home in boring town. I added that we didn't realize she could stop herself from texting so much, and that we would have gone on the trip sooner if we had known, which was a joke. I'm sorry, Jimmy, it's not funny. May said she was happy Lucas had fun and sorry for texting so much before. I thought it was over and settled, but Lucas cussed me out later and called me an asshole. But she didn't even seem hurt. She even laughed. Am I the asshole?
She probably just doesn't care about you, Jimmy.
She probably laughed nervously because she was like,
Or, like...
why are you being a dick?
This guy seems very desperate
For Lucas's attention. Even Lucas doesn't like him, it seems.
I
Cussed him out.
cussed him out. You dirty bedsheet.
Is that your idea of cussing? He added, May made the jokes about herself before, too, that she texts too much. Lucas was the one who suggested the no texting thing when we brought up our concerns. He also mutes only her text notifications, not anybody else's, because she spams him too much. I thought I was just making a lighthearted joke.
Why does our friend Jimmy have such an intimate knowledge of the settings that Lucas has on his phone?
Because he's clearly in possession of his phone at all times. Maybe he's the one who's muting the notifications.
Yeah.
Listen, Lucas, you need to get out of this toxic relationship.
Go take a trip to Southeast Asia solo.
Or with your wife.
Does Lucas have a wife?
Lucas is the one with the wife.
Oh, I'm talking about Jimmy. Jimmy needs to go find himself.
Yeah.
This is a codependent relationship.
This is definitely, something's off about Jimmy's obsession with Lucas.
You need to explore being yourself. Just go meditate. Go take a trip by yourself. And leave your phone. Just mute all notifications. Maybe read a book. But stop. What you're doing now, stop.
So some of the comments seem to mirror what we're saying. Somebody said, you were deliberately rude to her with no provocation. It's none of your business how often she texts her husband. And he said, it was just a joke that we make often. Even May makes it sometimes.
We regularly berate
Yeah.
her. She should be used to it.
Somebody said, you're the asshole. Lucas gives me the impression that he likes to feel superior based on the context from the post. If he's getting this bent out of shape because she followed his wishes, he's got some control issues.
I am hesitant to agree on that, because everything that we're getting is from the perspective of our buddy Jimmy.
Who's not reading the situation right at all.
No. But hello.
Hi, Bodhi.
What do you think? What do you think about this whole situation?
This is Bodhi. He likes to
Yell
and say hi. All right, we're going to read one more, and then this is over.
Is it juicy? Is it
Yes.
a juicy one?
This one's very juicy.
Is it?
This one was posted in Confessions, which is one of my favorite subreddits. The title is, I lied so I could be with my friend's boyfriend, and I lied about being pregnant. Terrible friend. I met my friend in 2021.
I need a minute to process what you just said. Because there's a lot to unpack in one sentence. What are you doing?
He wants to go away.
Claus. Go, do your thing.
I met my friend in 2021, and immediately we became really close. We hung out one night and drank and talked, and I asked her if she wanted to kiss me because she was complimenting me. She kept saying no, and I don't know, so I just got out of the car and went home. Then
No, you don't just brush past that. So, new friend.
Became close.
And then tried to pressure her.
Into kissing.
Is this...
I think it's a girl.
Is this a man or... Well, she lied about being pregnant.
Yeah.
It must be a lady.
I think she's a girl.
Or whatever she might identify as.
Right.
We'll edit that out in post.
I'll leave it in. Okay. So she kept saying no, and I don't know. So I just got out of the car and went home.
You don't want to kiss me? I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Then I called her once she got to her house and told her boyfriend that she cheated on him. She was flirting with me, so it wasn't a complete lie, but she said none of it was true. You're a toxic human being. I think she was vindictive that the girl didn't want to kiss her, so she called the girl's boyfriend. Terrible friend.
This is like incel level vibes.
Femcel is what they call it.
But okay.
She broke up with her boyfriend a few months later because he had a dating app and started talking to me on it. What is happening? Are you guys from a small town?
Okay.
He started flirting with me right before they broke up, so we kept talking for a while. I told him what happened that night, but I said she did kiss me, and he ended up texting her about it, calling her a cheater and saying lots of other things that she deserved to hear. She didn't deserve it, because you lied.
What? She's done nothing wrong.
No.
She didn't want to kiss you.
Nope.
When you kept pressuring her, she chose to leave.
Yeah.
So you
Lied.
called her significant other and lied about her cheating.
Yep.
Then...
Broke them up.
Because you were flirting with her boyfriend on Tinder.
Yeah.
Then
lied
again that she did kiss you when she refused your advances. And for some reason this poor woman is still your friend? Like whoever the friend is.
Well,
get out.
In 2022, so like a year later, she reached out to me wanting to be friends again.
No.
Why?
No.
And announced that she was pregnant with her current boyfriend's baby. Moving a little too fast, girlfriend.
Let me guess. Can I make a prediction? Yeah. She's gonna call up the new boyfriend, say that she lied about being pregnant. She was never pregnant, and she cheated with her old boyfriend and her, and that there has never been a worse case of syphilis than the one that she has currently. And she hasn't told you about it.
I think she just, wants to sabotage her relationship. I thought she was lying or just making a joke.
Because pregnancy is something to joke about.
Because everybody lies about everything, just like you.
Yeah.
I thought she was lying or just making a joke, so I said I was pregnant too.
LOL.
LOL. But the lie spiraled for months, as it would.
You kept it up for months? You're only pregnant for a matter of months.
She started showing ultrasounds and her belly was getting bigger, so I kept lying too.
Why wouldn't you just say, oh?
What a sociopath. I thought maybe I could get her boyfriend to leave her because I got the last one to leave, but it didn't work. What the is your problem? This one was really attractive and friendly, so I thought maybe if he left, I could lie and say my non-existent baby was his baby, and I could be with him. This can't be real.
What? Hang on. You're saying you've been pregnant for months. Lie. Do you want to say... Is she saying that to get them to break up, she would say that the baby... was the new boyfriend's? Or is she saying she'll break them up, tell him that it's his baby, as though he would be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Surprise magic baby.
Yeah, Jesus.
Literally.
I think she's saying I could tell other people that it's his baby and break them up. Because this one's really attractive and friendly.
At what point does the word friend mean this?
No, it doesn't. This is not a friend. This is nobody's friend. This is a
not your
sociopath.
friend. She's not your friend.
She's not your friend, girl. Okay. I kept asking for his number when I'd call her and showing him my cute outfits. But
I'm pregnant. My maternity outfits that are just a little too loose-fitting to be convincing.
A little too skanky. I kept asking for his number, showing him my cute outfits. I mean, with her, I can imagine they're skanky. But he didn't ever seem interested enough.
So she did give her his number.
Or maybe she, because they were friends, maybe she was, hanging out with them. I honestly don't know. She started talking about them getting married after her baby was born. It got to a month before her due date, and I just blocked her because I didn't want to be caught lying. She had her baby 3 months ago, and we haven't talked since. I don't know if she got married, but I keep seeing her Facebook account, and she's still posting photos of her and her boyfriend and their new baby. And that's where it ends.
How do you convincingly lie about being pregnant?
Oh, that part's easy. I mean, you're just
She's showing off her cute outfit. You're 6 months pregnant, showing off cute outfits.
You stuff a pillow there and you post some fake, ultrasound photos on Facebook or whatever this person's doing.
I mean...
That part I'm not concerned about, but everything else...
All of this is concerning.
The way she wrote this, where she, sees nothing wrong with what she's doing, is concerning. So I think the verdict is this is probably the worst friend that I have ever...
Not a friend.
Heard of.
Not a friend.
Somebody said, you need therapy ASAP.
Well, yeah.
You are an incredible piece of shit. Please seek professional help. You're a horrible person. What did I just read? You're a psycho. I need some time to recover after this.
I need secondhand therapy after that.
This makes me grateful for the kind of friends we have, the kind of relationship we have. And I think this is why we like to do this. It really puts things in perspective. So.
I need to come clean. I'm pregnant.
We're going to deal with that now. Thanks for watching. Bye.